behalf of Life Farm Global and Forever Rich Philippines, we would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to present this miracle in a capsule, which we call Laminine. Before I go into my spill, if there are any doctors or medical practitioners in the room, hi, madam. I hope after this you will not kill me. There might be some things that I might say that might be offensive, but it is not our intention. Our intention is, as like what my mentor is always telling me, Madam Susan Barlin over there, our ambassador, global ambassador to the Philippines. We are here to establish and promote the truth. And I always start my presentation with this statement. Physicians are not healers. We did not study 8 years of medicine to make you well. You have to understand we are in the sickness industry and we have to see sick people all the time. If there's no more sick people, we will be out of business. The body has its own healing mechanism, and it is the doctor's job to activate and reactivate the body's healing mechanism. There's a doctor inside each and every one of you. The problem is we do not listen to the doctor inside our body. The same, when you buy a medicine in any drugstore, hindi po ba palagi merong waiver yon? If symptoms persist, consult your, ano yung ginamot? Yung po bang sakit o yung sintomas? That's why you have to drink it over and over and over again, because it is only treating the symptoms, not the problem on a cellular level. If I may ask, who among you here takes hypertension maintenance? I want to see hands. Hypertension. There you go. Ma'am, how long have you been taking hypertension maintenance? Yes, you po. 6 months. Anybody longer than 6 months? Yes, ma'am. 30 years. Can somebody top 30 years of taking maintenance? Anybody? So kayo po ang panalo. You see, our relationship as doctor-patient is symbiotic till death do us part. And because I am the doctor, I will make sure it is you who will depart. I stay for the next patient. Sad, but true. When you drink hypertension maintenance, what it does, it's a vasodilator. It will dilate the veins so that the blood can flow smoothly. Correct? And you have to drink that for life. What happens is, kapag ka uminom kayo po niyan, ibubukan niya yung ugat para maganda yung daloy ng dugo. Pagkatapos na wala yung epekto, sasara. And then, bubuka ulit. Sasara, bubuka, sasara, bubuka, sasara. Kakabuka, kakasara po niyan, rumurupok yan. At pag marupok na yan, pag bumuka yan, puputok yan. Pag pumutok yan, thy kingdom come. Bakit pumutok? Eh kasi po, bubuka. Bisaya ho yun. Pag tinagalog ko, bobo ka. Kasi po, inom ka ng inom, hindi ka naman gumagaling. And the sad thing is, we keep on doing that without knowing that the toxicity of the synthetic drug that we have been taking is embedded in our liver. So after a while, sakit kayo ulit. Do you remember the time when you were younger, you heal fast? Do you remember those times when you were younger, you are full of energy? Even now, but not that much. What if you will be given an opportunity to regain that youth? Will you take it? Then that's where we are going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, the name of our product is Laminine. People get sick. There is no way that people can avoid getting sick. Why do we get promoting such product? Because the product that we have, ladies and gentlemen, is 100% proto-functional food. Functional food, it is complete. Just like any other diseases, like before there were AIDS, there was AIDS epidemic. After the AIDS epidemic, nagkaroon ng SARS, hindi po ba? Alam niyo ba kung ano yung SARS? Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. Severe na, acute pa. 3 years after SARS, it was accordingly brought about by a bird. It became bird flu. 3 years after bird flu, it is now what? AH1N1. Ahini. So nag-mutate. Just like the health revolution, it is also mutating. During the 1970s, you have seen the vitamin C revolution. The 1980s, you have seen the multivitamin revolution. The 1990s, it was the antioxidant revolution. That's when you start seeing a lot of coffee, chocolate, green tea na punong-puno daw ng antioxidant. Diba? And then, the millennium, it was the immune system revolution. 2010 onwards, ladies and gentlemen, ano na yung revolution na yan? It is now the stem cell revolution. Stem cell. You have been hearing a lot about stem cells. It is available all over, except the Philippines. In order for you to get a stem cell, you have to go to Germany or to the United States or to China. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are bringing the stem cell therapy or technology. We have already begun here in the Philippines. Thanks to the beautiful lady over there, because of her kind heart and big-heartedness, she literally begged the company to have the Philippines partake this product. Ano po ba yung product na yan? Bakit pa natin kailangan yan? Andiyan na po lahat eh. It's complete. And I will go about that later on. Stem cells are cells that have an ability to become various types of cells. They are used for the brain, for wound healing, for your bone marrow, your spinal cord, osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, even baldness, blindness, deafness, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, myocardial infarction, name it. Kung saan po may cell ang katawan, dyan po nagagamit yan. Hindi po tayo yung one pill for every ill. Sino rito umiinom ng hypertension maintenance? Nagtaas na kamay kanina iba. Yung iba, cholesterol maintenance. Sino ba yung parehong kamay din yan ha? Sino yung nag-maintain ng blood sugar maintenance? Ma'am Ana, sinakop mo na ho lahat. See? When we treat the problem, we have to target the problem on a cellular level, not on a superficial level. It has to be down to the cellular level. In medicine, ladies and gentlemen, the strange world of semantics brings us to a bold statements just to send message across. But in these stressful and chaotic times, truth is the only saving grace that we can hold on to, just to save precious lives, even at the expense of braggadocio. So many people have died because of over-the-counter or prescription drugs. The United States and here in the Philippines. You see, Filipinos love playing doctors. Sumakit ang katawan, iinom yan ng alaksan if R. Diba? Pagkatapos uminom ng alaksan if R, meron nakilala. Masakit ang katawan mo, uminom ka ng alaksan if R. Magaling. Without them knowing that what may be good for you may be bad for another person, because our metabolism is totally different from one another. But Filipinos love playing doctors. That's why after this presentation, you can now add into your name the title MD, PhD. Alam niyo po ba kung ano ibig sabihin nun? Mukhang doktor, pero hindi doktor. In Laminine, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to teach you the right way. We are going to teach you how to target the problem on a cellular level. You will be ambassadors and soldiers of good health. Stem cells has been proliferating since as long back as we can remember, but the US government doesn't want this. Doctors, as much as possible, don't want this simply because it will take a lot of business. But hey, God has a mission, and it is our job to spread the good word. That's why when I came to the Philippines in 2009, because this is where I want to die, because I was given 6 months, stage 4 leukemia. Sabi ko, I would like to die in the Philippines. Sabi ng best friend ko, why? It's always fun in the Philippines. Diba? So, when I went to the hospital, the first thing I saw was the water that they were giving. Sabi ko, bro, madali akong mamamatay dito. Bakit? Hindi may binibigay nila distilled water, oh. Bakit baby, distilled water, oh. Distilled water is 100% acidic. The moment it touches your tongue, all the trace minerals at the tip of your tongue will be sucked up like a vacuum, and before it reaches your small intestine, it is now 100% acid. Water. The food that you eat, if there's one mineral or one vitamin that is absent from the food that you eat, a lot of disease comes out. Vegetables. So let's study. What do we need to have in order to be on a perfect health? Laminine, ladies and gentlemen. Laminine are cell adhesion molecules that literally binds us together. This product does not contain a stem cell. There's no laminine in this product. What it has, or what it does, is that it enhances the stem cell that you have inside your system, the master stem cell. And the master stem cell is called laminine. Laminine are major proteins in the basal lamina, one of the layers of the basement membrane. They are a protein network foundation for most cells and organs. They are a biologically an active part of the basal lamina, influencing cell differentiation. Will this cell, once it's differentiated, will it become a girl, boy, or bading tomboy? Cell migration. Will this cell become a part of the heart, the liver, the lungs, the kidney, the brain, the bones? Cellular adhesion. Will it bind one cell to another? And phenotype or survival. Will this cell last 1 day, 5 months, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 120 years? Laminine are a family of glycoproteins that are an integral part of the structural scaffolding of almost every tissue of an organism. Yun pong white thin membrane na yun po yung pinaka-laminin ng itlog. Yun po yung tinatawag namin na proto-embryonic stage, the pese, na naluto na kaya hindi na siya usable. Okay? That is the structural scaffolding in almost every tissue of an organism. Laminine is vital for the maintenance and survival of every tissue. They are literally what holds us together. Kaya po tayo buo, it's because of the laminine inside your body. Unfortunately, as we age, after 21 years old, our laminine production decreases. Meron, tanungin natin, sino po rito ang kumakain ng karne ng baboy? Pork meat. Come on, let's be honest. Yeah. Pork meat contains trichina worms. And trichina worms can never be killed. No matter how much fire you put the pork meat, it will never die. And trichina worms, sabi ko po kanina, truth lang tayo, sa totoo lang po. Trichina worms, you will know that there's heavy infestation of trichina worms in your body if you see a part of your body that is growing, hindi naman kayo buntis. The midsection. After that, pag punong-puno na yung midsection, eto naman, ang lalaki. Mga braso. Pagkatapos, dito na. Diba? And it will stay in your system for 25 years. So, we have to do something about it. We have to supplement it. Kaya nga po, inilabas po namin yung product na to. The product is a very unique product in itself. What is Laminine, ladies and gentlemen? This is an old, new technology. Old because this has been discovered in 1929 by a Canadian doctor by the name of Dr. John Davidson. It was during in 1929 when he discovered that an embryonic extract from a 9-day-old avian egg can be used to treat his cancer patients back to perfect health. Imagine ninyo, 1929, the technology was not as good as what we have now. In 1929, he used the technology to treat his terminally ill cancer patients. Terminally ill, ibig sabihin mamamatay na. And he used that for 4 years. After 4 years, unfortunately, the technology or the research was not supported by the government. It died at the same time that he passed away. It was archived in the Foundation's record. Not until after 50 years later, it has been rediscovered. Pinalabas po yan sa Discovery Channel and National Geographic. And during the time that it was being shown, the owners of Laminine or Life Farm Global was able to watch the telecast. Immediately after the telecast, he called the foundation, purchased the right to the research, and then he put together scientists, microbiologists, doctors, researchers, put together, used the extraction and freeze drying technique, and then brought it to the technology that we have right now, added a few more components, thus came out Laminine. Laminine. Bakit naging Laminine? The component or the proto-embryonic stage extract, the main foundation of the product, pese, from a 9-day-old avian egg. 9-day-old avian egg. Kaya po hindi ito embryonic stem cell, hindi ito animal stem cell, hindi ito umbilical cord stem cell. This is a stem cell enhancer. This is the closest that you can be on stem cell technology. Affordable. You do not have to spend millions and millions of dollars for 3 injections. 9-day-old avian egg. Bakit 9-day-old? Bakit hindi 10 days old? Bakit hindi 8 days? 9 exactly on the 9th day when all factors necessary to create life are at its highest peak. It's on the 9th day. Liquid pa po yan. Wala yang solid na material except the eggshell. And we extracted that thin, white extract. At yun po ang ginamit. Nilagyan po yan ng shark cartilage. Bakit siya nilagyan ng shark cartilage? It has been found on research that sharks never develop cancer. Actually, shark cartilage is very good to combat female cancer. Those are breast cancer, cervical cancer, and ovarian cancer. Napakagaling po ng shark cartilage because of its healing properties. We do not cure. Natural medicine or alternative medicine does not cure. The same token, we will never claim that our product cures. We will not even claim that it heals. What our product does is that it assists the body in healing itself. Di ba kanina sinabi ko po, the body has its own healing mechanism. And it is the doctor's job to activate and reactivate the body's healing mechanism. What we have is the instrument to assist the body in healing itself. Pag ginamit niyo po yan, para po kayong nagpa-stem cell na rin. Non-invasive. See? It has shark cartilage to combat female cancer. The shark cartilage is also very good for anti-inflammation or anti-inflammatory. It's very good for arthritis. And most of all, it's very good for psoriasis. Alam niyo po ba yung psoriasis? Diba? Psoriasis. Wala pong gamot yan. It's an autoimmune disease. Yung skin. Pero we have proof that a lot of people suffering from psoriasis was able to heal. A lot. We are quickened to. Laminine, ladies and gentlemen, is a 9-day-old fertilized avian egg, highest level It is a proto-functional food. Remember, on the onset of this presentation, let thy food be thy medicine. This is a proto-functional food, the most complete you can ever think of. It contains vitamins, multivitamins, phytonutrients, minerals, 22 amino acid. 22 amino acid. Yung mga nag-i-insulin po, insulin shot per unit only contains 17 amino acid. Our product, 1 capsule, 22 amino acid. Kaya nga po, ang daming gumaling na mga diabetic patients. Instead of doing their shots, they just take this. But there's a way. Do not just stop your insulin shot and just take it. There's a way to do that. See, the birth of laminine, a cell adhesion molecule that glues us together, that's laminine. The perfect combination of life-giving substance sourced from land, sea, and plant, that's laminine. The product enhances the stem cell laminin. It's named Laminine, enhancer for laminin. Diba? Parang, diba? Ang tawag doon? Peter Piper, peck the peck. Shark cartilage, it has an anti-angiogenesis effect. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you, probably you know people who had cancer or has undergone chemotherapy. No matter how much chemotherapy you undergo, there will always be one cancer cell that will remain in the body. And if the body develops new blood vessels, that is what we call angiogenesis, that cancer cell will transfer to the new blood vessel and will multiply. That's why I do not want to call myself a cancer survivor, because most survivors die after 5 years. I am a cancer conqueror because thanks to Laminine, I was able to survive, to surpass, and conquer. There's no cancer cell in my body now. I am totally free of cancer. I've been diagnosed with chronic myelogenous leukemia in 2003. 2009, it has metastasis into stage 4 because my blood is an AB+. I cannot find a match except my son. And during that time, I will not subject my son to the excruciating pain of bone marrow transplant. He was only 9 years old back then. So I'd rather die. And as I said, I'd die in the Philippines. Why? It's more fun in the Philippines. No cancer cell. Anti-angiogenesis is what shark cartilage have. The shark cartilage benefits. It prevents cancers and tumors, anti-inflammatory and healing acids, psoriasis supplement, aids in pain reduction and healing. That's the second component of Laminine. The first component is the PESE, the proto-embryonic stage extract. The third component, ladies and gentlemen, is the yellow pea. The yellow pea. It aids vision. It's very good because it contains lutein and beta-carotene and have an antioxidant effect that combats male cancer. Male cancer such as prostate, colon, liver, lung cancer. Hindi po yan inilagay dyan para lang dumami yung component. It has a yellow pea, vitamin A. The product is a very good corrective supplement for macular degeneration. It will restore back your vision to 2020. Constant use of this product, and we have evidences to prove it. We have people from different countries, literally blind, macular degeneration, retinal detachment, even simple cases of astigmatism, myopia, presbyopia, glaucoma, cataract. It will reverse it. Your vision will go back to 2020 eventually. So, it is also good for bone disease, asthma, fatigue, digestive issues, inflammation, high blood pressure, heart disease, and digestive issues. For those of you who have irritable bowel syndrome, that's the number one problem nowadays, IBS. Diba? the food that you eat stays in your colon for 2 days before you expel them out. So if you move your bowel today, which is Friday, that is the food that you ate last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, you ate 5 times. And then yesterday, you ate another 5 times. And then you're going to move your bowel once. Success pa daw yun. See? With this, because of the yellow P component of Laminine, it will help you correct your irritable bowel syndrome so that the CR will remain a comfort room, not a delivery room. Okay? The product, ladies and gentlemen, is really a miracle in a capsule. And we really thank God for giving us this product. Imagine, from the United States, the Philippines is the second country in the world to be enjoying this product. Thanks again to Ma'am Susan Barlin. Let's give her a big round of applause for her perseverance in bringing it. Again, the product's benefits. It's very good for memory enhancement. It's very good for memory enhancement. Because of the presence of cysteine, the amino acid, it allows the neurons, even the 2 neurons, to connect each other, the axons and the dendrites. That's why it's very good for kids for memory enhancement, much better than Goto Cola. It is very good for people who had stroke. Yung namatay po yung kalahati ng katawan, it's not moving. It's because there's no communication between the 2 neurons, the axons and the dendrites. But with Laminine, it will push the axon to send the communication, to send the message to the dendrite, igalaw mo yan, igalaw mo yan, igalaw mo yan, gagalaw yan. It contains OPT9 or the oligopeptide transporter 9, which is the one that transports all the nutrients to the parts of the body where it's needed the most. And then it also has FGF or the fibroblast growth factor. The fibroblast growth factor is the very important, the most important component that we need in our body. Why? It acts as a director or a general contractor. It is the one that tells the nutrients to go where the parts or where the body needs it the most. We don't have any fibroblast growth factor in our body. The only time that we had the FGF is during the time of our conception. Nung nakapinagbubuntis tayo ng mga ina natin, nung inilabas na po tayo together with the placenta, it has been flushed out. And whatever was left, it dissipated as we grow old. Kaya nga po, wala tayong FGF. And the beauty of this product, if you're going to compare it to any other stem cell procedure, yung mga ini-stem cell po nila, walang fibroblast growth factor. If you get an adult stem cell from a centrifuge blood, thank you very much, from a centrifuge blood, what it does is that it will get the yellow portion of the blood, which is the adult stem cell, at pagkatapos yan po uli ang i-injection sa inyo. Adult stem cell. Is there a FGF there? There's none. What they will do, they will buy fibroblast growth factor from the United States. It will cost you another $500,000. They're going to mix that in your IV, and then that IV will be dripped or it will be connected into your body. Kaya para magkaroon ng fibroblast growth factor. Tapos yung procedure na stem cell from an adult will cost you about ₱1,000,000. So the total procedure will cost you about 1.5 million. I'm sure you guys have 1.5. But if you can have 30 capsules, the equivalent of 30 capsules is the equivalent of 1 shot of stem cell. See? Ang ganda, meron po tayo, wala sila. And they will never have it simply because the components of our product is patented. It will be the only product in the world that contains fibroblast growth factor. See, ano ba yan? Meron yan, proto-embryonic, Fertilized contains the most potent and balanced combination of not only amino acids but also other known and unknown factors such as the fibroblast growth factor. We believe amino acids derived from such fluids combined with the growth factors are able to enhance brain function because they are precisely engineered to support the most complex stage of birth of a living creature, the beginning. Fibroblast growth factor should be there from the very start. Yung mga pong pinapanganak na bata na may kulang po, kasi they have a cleft palate, they are missing a limb, or what have you, there was an absence of fibroblast growth factor. The mother or the father did not have enough to sustain the life of the child, its completion. How can that happen? Gentlemen, rights. Kaya the product, when we use it to a lot of people with autism, 7-year-old kid to 21-year-old male, the effect was so profound that mothers testify in behalf of their children, umiiyak po. Because yung dati, painumin niya sa person with autism, di ba mga autistic child or people, yung mata niyan ikot ng ikot, they do not focus. Painumin niyo yan, after 2 days, talk to them, they will look at you straight. They are focused. We can say that with confidence because we have seen it happen so many times and we continuously see it happen. So it's very good for any neurological problem. FGF is responsible for building the linings of the blood vessels, thus creating the infrastructure for the nutrients to flow at the critical stage or critical areas of the brains and other organs. Kaya hindi nyo po kailangan uminom ng pambuka at ng pangsara. Laminine lang po, it will melt down the plaques embedded in your veins, in your arteries. It corrects arteriosclerosis, even atherosclerosis. And the gentleman loves this. If your circulation is good, if the blood flows correctly, your libido is enhanced. Para po kayong naka-natural Viagra. Wag na hindi makantiyan ni Mrs. Angry Bird yan. Simply because the blood is flowing smoothly. Napakaganda po. Ito yung mga tao, yung may mga diabetic patients kami po. The first thing that they told me when they saw me, Doc, masaya po si Mrs. So, bakit ho si Mrs. Kayo ang umiinom ng Laminine? Basta masaya po si Mrs. Hindi ko ho magets. Nung dumating si Mrs. Doc, sa wakas, after 8 months, may juk-juk na ho kami. Ano muna ako? Erectile dysfunction syndrome is easily corrected. So you do not need Viagra anymore. FGF nurtures the body's own stem cell. You see, there's a big difference. This is the big difference in medicine and alternative. In medicine, when we give you that or introduce that into your body, it pushes the body to create or release something to heal. Ini-induce. As opposed to the natural or the alternative side, once we introduce it into your system, it will help the body enhance what is there to correct itself. Did you see the difference? Kumbaga po, sinasabi ng Department of Health, the product, all natural product, or all nutraceutical product should have this phrase, no approved therapeutic claim. Tama. Pero kami po ay nakakagaling. Why? Simply because we have approved therapeutic value. And there's a big difference between curing and healing. We do not cure. We will assist the body in healing itself. Okay? Are we clear on this? Ano pa? Feeds brain stem cells. Nourish stem cells multiply. FGF, or the fibroblast growth factor, repairs or destroys mutant genes, especially in Huntington and Alzheimer's disease. Blepharospasm. Who among you here are taking maintenance for cholesterol? Cholesterol maintenance. There. Okay. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? According to medicine, the reason why we have to take cholesterol maintenance is because of the LDL uptake, correct? The bad cholesterol. Guess what? There is no such thing as bad cholesterol. All cholesterols are good. The low-density lipoprotein, or the bad cholesterol, is the food of our brain cells. The brain cells, once it dies, it's dead. It cannot regenerate. And the only reason why it will die is because it has been deprived of LDL. Uminom kayo ng cholesterol maintenance. The body produces LDL up to 1,200 milligrams per day for the brain cell. Kaso katakawan na naman, kumain na naman kayo ng mga pagkain matataas sa cholesterol, tumaas ang cholesterol. Ininuman nyo yan ng cholesterol maintenance, bumagsak. Sinong hindi nakakain? The brain cells. Ano mangyari sa brain cells? Namatay. Pag namatay ang brain cells, ano ang sakit mo pag naedad mo ng 60, 70, 80 years old? Dementia muna. After dementia, Alzheimer's. Pag may alas-malas ka pa, bata pa lang, Parkinson's disease na yan. See? We have a lot to offer. I would suggest that whoever invited you here, palakpakan po ninyo ngayon because they care for you. They want you to learn something. And with that, I would say thank you very much for inviting me here, allowing me to speak. And as a parting word, I would like to leave this guys to you. When we are young, we use our health to gain wealth. But when we're old, we use our wealth to gain back our health, and most of the time, it's too late. So please, do not procrastinate. Try the product and be part of the Laminine family. Thank you very much.
Sa pagtuklas sa tinatawag na Fountain of Youth, kung paano maiwasan ang pagtanda, pati na ang mga sakit. Matagal-tagal na rin pinag-uusapan ang stem cell therapy, lalo pat dumarami ang mga sakit at mga karamdaman na pwede nitong malunasan at maremedyohan. Kabilang na kung paano huwag mapahalata sa mukha at pangangatawan ang edad ng tao. Dito sa Hollywood Boulevard, nakahanap ng immortalidad ang mga sikat na Hollywood celebrities. At dito rin natagpuan ni Frank ang nagpabalik raw sa kanyang kabataan. Katunayan, sino raw ang pag-aakalang 46 years old na siya?
There's something different about you, and it's not just you got a haircut, it's not that you lost weight, what's going on? The vanity side of it, there's that benefit, but really I did it because I wanted to increase the quality of my life.
Salamat daw sa pinakabagong serbisyo ng stem cell technology ang tinatawag na full body anti-aging infusion. Sa tulong daw ng stem cell treatment na ito, napupuno raw ng mga bagong cell ang buong katawan. Kaya mararamdaman daw na tila lumalakas at bumabata ang pangangatawan.
We discovered that with the placement of stem cells in certain targeted regions, we can reverse the effects of aging. For example, when we have damage to our joints, if the damage is a certain type of damage, we can use stem cells to inject into those joints, and it actually replaces damaged tissue. It heals the tissue.
Kabati raw sumalang sa mga medical procedure ang 40 anyos na Amerikanong si Phil, pero mas takot daw siyang maging sakitin o nga ng unti-unti niyang pagtanda. Nasa lahi rin daw nila ang pagkakaroon ng cancer.
If I sit down in a certain position, I'll be stiff when I get up a little bit, or my back will be stiff sometimes, or I just don't have as much energy.
Kaya, buong tapak na raw siyang nagdesisyon na sumailalim sa full body anti-aging infusion. Matapos turukan ng pampamanhid si Phil,
And you feel a little pressure maybe? Just a little bit of pressure? Okay.
kinuhanan na siya ng bone marrow sa kanyang balakang.
Then it's going to process the blood, the marrow, which has blood elements in it, to separate these stem cells from the red cells and remaining white cell.
Ang stem cell ang pinakapurong cell sa katawan ng tao na may kakayahang lumika ng mga bagong cell.
I'm holding these stem cells here in a syringe.
Makalipas ang halos kalahating oras, ang nakuhang stem cell ay dinurog na sa mukha ni Phil. Tinakayang halos 200 milyong bagong stem cells daw ang iigop ngayon sa kanyang buong katawan.
The skin will become tighter and look much younger. My expectations after this immortality.
Pinaniniwala ang kayang gamutin ng stem cell ang iba't ibang uri ng mga malalang sakit at nare-repair din daw nito ang mga nasirang body organ. Pero naging kontrobersyal ito nung unang ipinakilala sa publiko. Sa tinatawag kasing embryonic stem cell procedure, mamamatay ang embryo sa sinapupunan kapag kinuhanan ito ng stem cell para raw itong pagkitil sa buhay. Tinutulan ito ng mga pro-life group at ng simbahang katoliko. Pero di nagtagal, natuklasan ding pwede makakuha ng stem cell sa bone marrow o gulugod. Pati na sa umbilical cord o yung pinagputulan ng pusot ng bagong silang na sanggol.
Ang effective palang stem cell therapy ngayon ay tinatawag na bone marrow transplantation. Ginagamit rin sa pag-treat ng mga leukemias, mga lymphoma.
Nagagamit na rin daw ngayon ang stem cells technology maging sa pagpapanatiling maganda ng katawan. Pati ang stem cell na nakukuha sa mga hayop, nagagamit na rin sa tao. Ang kilalang cancer doctor na si Dr. Tranquilino Elicanio, kamakailan lang nagpa-stem cell therapy sa Germany. Ang itinurok sa kanya sa pag-asang gumaling ang kanyang katawan matapos siyang ma-stroke galing sa tupa o sheep.
1 month and a half after my injection, yung blood count, tinignan ko, aba, yung aking fasting blood sugar, yung aking cholesterol, uric acid, creatinine, all went down to normal.
Kamakailan din lang, umamin si dating Pangulong Erap Estrada na siya man nagpa-stem cell therapy para gumanda ang kanyang pangangatawan. Ito raw ang sikreto sa kanyang itsura, mukhang hindi tumatanda si Erap. Katulad ng kay Dr. Elicanio, ang stem cell na ibinigay sa kanya mula rin sa tupa. Usap-usapan din ngayon na ang ilan nating mga politiko at kilalang personalidad nagpa-stem cell therapy na rin. Pati sa itlog ng inahing manok. Nakakakuha rin daw ng benepisyo ng stem cell sa pamamagitan ng chicken embryo capsules. Galing pa sa Amerika ang chicken embryo capsule. Naglalaman daw ito ng amino acids, mga minerals, at ng fibroblast growth factor. Isang klase ng protina na nakakatulong raw para makabuo ng mga bagong stem cells.
Yung cells naman natin na medyo may kapansanan o medyo namamatay, binubuhay o finaflash.
Bukod sa sakit na vertigo, mahigit isang dekada ng pinahihirapan ng diabetes ang 62 anyos na si Cecil. At nitong taon lang, nadiskubre pang meron din siyang stage 1 cancer sa matris.
Pinangina ako, akala ko pumamatay na ako. Parang everyday, pababa ng pababa. Lalong-lalo na yung depression ko. Tinitingnan ko sarili ko, awang-awa ako kasi ang laki ng iPad ko, putnang-put na ako, ang tanda-tanda ko na.
Kaya sinubukan daw niyang uminom ng chicken embryo stem cell.
Ang diabetes ko, ngayon wala na akong insulin. Nagpa-laboratory ako lahat. At yung sugar ko nag-normal. Ang blood pressure ko, hindi na tumataas.